Okay, so we're going to go over some geometric formulas. So these are different shapes, and these are flat shapes, shapes in 2 space, okay? So we have a square, and with these flat shapes, we're going to usually talk about the perimeter. Perimeter is like you're putting a fence around it. Oops. Fence around the shape. And that is a linear measurement. Now what we mean by that is it's how you would measure a line. Like you're going to put a fence around a square here, then it's going to be, you're going to put a fence around here or here and here, and that's going to be so many feet or meters or yards or something like that, okay? So the perimeter for a square is 4 times S. S is one side, so you're putting in fence here, 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 4S. Okay, that's how you do the perimeter. The area, okay, now we're like laying tile or carpet on the floor, and it's measured in a square units. So square feet or square meters or square inches, something like that. And it's like you're laying carpet or tile or something. It's going to fill this in. Okay? So the area of a square is S times S, or S squared. Okay? Now, the perimeter of a rectangle. Okay, so this was a square. This is a rectangle. Rectangle. Okay. For perimeter, you've got to go one width and a length, another width and another length. So we say twice the length plus twice the width. Make sure that doesn't look like a 1, but twice the length plus twice the width. To find the area of a rectangle, now we're trying to lay carpet on that rectangle. It's going to be length times width. Okay? We can have a circle. So the area or the perimeter of a circle, like you're putting a fence around the circular pool, that gets a special name. It's called the circumference. Circumference. And I can't really fit it on there, but C is equal to 2 pi r. So if you want to figure out how much crust you have around your round pizza, if you know the radius of the pizza, and the radius is measured from the center of the circle to the edge, then you take that times 2 pi and you'll know how much crust you have on your pizza, or fence around your pool. Okay, so that is the circumference. It's like the perimeter of a circle, but just gets a special name. The area of a circle is pi r squared. And so if you want to get a cover for your pool, you're going to figure out how many square feet you need, or square yards you need of fabric to cover the pool. And that's going to be pi r squared. Okay. The perimeter of a triangle. Well, I don't know if they give you this one, but this is a triangle. And the reason I say that is because of the way they have it labeled. If this was A and this was C, then the perimeter is just A plus B plus C, right? You're putting the fence around. Okay. So I don't think they really care if you know that one, but that is how you find the area of a triangle. Or, I'm sorry, perimeter of a triangle. Area. Now for that, you have to know the height. And the height of the triangle is when you drop from one point, it's called a vertex, on the triangle, and you drop it straight down to the side across, making a right angle there. That measurement is the height of the triangle. And the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base. The base is where you drew the height to, and or it's the side across from the vertex where your height is. 1/2 times the base times the height. That's the area of the triangle. And then on a trapezoid, they don't ask for the perimeter, they just want the area. So to find the area, it's 1/2 the height. And then what you have to do is you have to add the long base and the short base. So A plus B. Okay? So those are formulas that are in your textbook. You could get a copy of those formulas if you want. You could just find them online. but they're in your textbook as well. Okay, so those are flat geometric figures. Now we have three-dimensional figures. So this is a cube. It's like a die or something like that, where the sides are all equal. Okay, the height, the length, and the width are all equal. And so to find the volume of a cube, now volume is how much it holds. Volume is capacity. Volume or capacity or space. That's how much space it's taking up. Okay. So like one time I built a planter box. It was a triangular planter box, you know, and it was something like this. And I had to go buy dirt to fill in the box. Well, dirt is sold by the cubic foot, okay? So I had to figure out how many cubic feet my triangular box held, and then I could go buy the right amount of dirt. Okay, so here we have a cube. Maybe we want to fill it with dirt or water. Maybe it's a pool or something. And so we're trying to figure out the volume. This is going to be a cubic measurement. It could be sold in cubic feet or cubic meters, cubic centimeters. You've heard them on like medical shows, and they say, give them 3 cc's of something stat, you know, or whatever. A cc is a cubic centimeter. Okay, so it's a measurement. It's a, you know, it's a liquid measurement. You know, you measure it like a cup is a liquid measurement, a gallon. There's all kinds of measurements, but for our purposes, we're going to be measuring, our units are going to be cubic inches, cubic feet, something like that. Okay, so the way you find the volume of a cube is you're just going to multiply those sides 3 times. So it's s cubed. Okay, that's a cube. Now, this is called a rectangular prism or a rectangular solid. I think they usually use the word solid. And I'm not sure I spelled rectangular right. In fact, I didn't, but okay, sorry about that. The volume of a rectangular solid is the length times the width times the height. So you have a rectangular pool, you're going to figure out how much water to put in it. You measure the length, the width, the height, multiply them together. That'll tell you how many cubic feet of water you need. Okay, now think of this as, that is called a cylinder. Cylinder. I think it's ER. Let's see, I was going to tell you the other name for it. It's a prism, a circular prism, I guess. They usually just call it a cylinder, though. So it's like a can of soup or something. I think of it like a stack of Oreo cookies. So you have like a circle on the top, and then you have a bunch of circles here to figure out. So the stack is so tall. That's the height. That is the height. And then you're going to figure out the area of each circle and then multiply it times the height. So the volume for a cylinder is pi r squared times h. Okay? And that's going to give you a cubic measurement. Again, cubic feet, cubic inches, something like that. Okay, now this is like a ball, and it's called a sphere. And the volume of a sphere is, and this one's always hard for me to remember, 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so you want to fill your basketball with air. You figure out the radius of the basketball, and then multiply it times 4/3 pi, that radius cubed, and that'll give you how many cubic inches probably that you need of air to fill the ball. Okay, and then this last one is called a cone. And the volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. So I don't expect you to memorize all these formulas. We were expected to use the formulas. So we'll give you an example in the next video. I think I have 2 examples on how to use these formulas. So you have to identify the figure, find the right formula. You know, am I doing volume? Am I doing area? Am I doing perimeter? And then use the formula. But you can put the formulas on your sheet of notes for the exam. So, okay. Those are the geometric formulas we're going to use. Some of them. I meant some of them like we're not going to use all of them. We probably aren't going to do that many problems.